not what I wanted. Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Let's start in our standing position this evening. Grounding our feet into the mat or the floor or the carpet, whatever you have that's comfortable. And let's start by finding our breath. Inhaling and I'm going to step over here and turn this light on. Dark sort of evening, a little extra light. Maybe gently closing your eyes, having a soft focus. Allowing your chest to expand as you inhale. And then trying to squeeze as much air out during the exhale as you can. Check in with your body. If you notice anything that feels uncomfortable or uneven, you have any tension in your shoulders, maybe something was bothering you earlier today, a knee or a foot or a shoulder. Think of just breathing into that area, covering it with fresh incoming air. As you exhale, think about exhaling anything from that area that's causing any distress. If you can relax a little bit, just let everything pull down towards the floor, your shoulders, hands. Find a good grounding with your feet. Try to relax all those big muscles. Relax your abdomen. Relax those quads and those glutes. Send a little attention down to those feet. Good, and let's gently open our eyes or gently look out in front of you. Now we're just going to take a little rock forward and back, just gentle forward and back, going at your own pace. The only thing that should be moving are your ankles here. If you notice any discomfort in your ankles or your feet, and then come to that nice neutral position between front and back, whatever that is for you. Good. And now we're going to do the same thing to the side. Just a little rock, side to side, looking that front and back position that you just got. Taking your time, feeling that weight shift into that foot down onto the floor. And let's bring it back into the middle. And then we're going to use our arms to inhale up. And exhale down to heart center, shoulders down and back. Down and inhale up. Maybe look up just a little higher on the wall this time. Allowing that chest and back to expand. When you do that, you may feel like you're getting a tiny little upper back bend. Don't push it, just Relax into it. And one more. Good. We're going to take it wide with our feet facing the corners of our mat. Our knees are turned out the same direction as our feet. And we're going to inhale and lift those hands up to a big Y. And then we're going to exhale and bring our elbows down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more. On the next one, we're going to allow those knees to bend. Inhale and exhale. So think that you're sliding those arms up and down the wall that you're leaning against. Nice narrow profile here. One more. Good. Bring those hands down and around. And then we're going to turn our toes in just a little bit more towards the front, not straight forward, but a little angled. We're going to inhale and lift. And exhaling, bringing those hands down. Inhale, lift. Down. One more. On the next one, we're going to add a knee bend and a hip bend. So we're bending like we're sitting in a chair with our legs wide. Drawing a big sunflower. Filling up those lungs, squeezing that air out. One more. Bring it up. And hands to heart center. Good. We're going to come to the front end of our mat now. We're going to start in mountain pose. We're going to work on our chair first, just as a warm up. So get those feet right underneath. Inhale up. Exhaling around. Now you can support on your thighs. Or you could bring your hands to the front. Exhaling. One more. Good. Let's bring it back up. Hands to heart center. Good. Now we're going to start our forward fold. We're going to bring those hands out to the side and down to the side as we hinge from our hips with soft knees. I'm going to start here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, maybe back your calves. And now I'm going to go a little lower on my calves this time, getting more into the fold position. Engaging those abs, bringing it up. One more. Remember, using those abdominals to support that back. Good, hands down. Step back. And we're going to go into our tabletop position. And remember, you can roll your mat, fold your mat, or you can go into fists. And we do want our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. And we're going to inhale and lift our mid back up towards the ceiling. And exhaling down into cow. Taking your time. working at your own pace. Still focusing on that breath. And one more. And let's bring it back up to a nice neutral tabletop here. And then we're going to reach that one foot back, flexing that foot and bringing it. And reaching the other foot back with a flexed foot, bringing it. Stretching that foot back. We should just be at hip height here. We're trying to keep a flat hip. Our hips really shouldn't be moving except to extend. You can think about pointing that toe in a little bit. That'll help keep the hips level. Add that opposite arm if you'd like. Really reaching towards the walls. One more each side. So finish up wherever you are. Good, and let's bring it back into our first child's pose. I'm going to start by stacking my fists this evening. Anytime during the practice you feel like you need to take a rest, this is a great place to rest. Good. I'm going to reach my hands out. And I'm going to inhale, lifting my body forward, up, just past my wrists. Halfway down. All the way back up. And back into child's pose. Inhale, maybe you just come to here. Maybe you don't want to go down into the bottom part of that, like we're just doing. Come on back up. You can always modify for yourself. You can always give something a short try, only do half the move. So in that case, you would just come up here and then just maybe go down an inch or two, then back up. Start with little incremental steps. This is all part of the warm-up here. Good. Now this time, if you'd like to, you can tuck your toes under right here. You can still do a modified if you want, or you can do the full plank. That's fine. Rick was moved to go into a downward dog, which was the next logical progression. That was fine. Then you can go back into child's pose or up into the downward dog. And then gently pedaling your feet. And you may have to bend your knees quite a bit to get a nice flat back here, depending on how warm you are, what you've done earlier today. Good. Bring it back down into child's pose for one moment. Breathing. Last breath. All right, inhale, bring it up. We're going to bring those feet under, downward dog, and then walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands and meet in the middle. And reverse up and back to mountain. Catch our breath here. Rest in mountain for a moment. Good. And now we're going to reach back behind our backs. Now if you have a strap or a band, you can definitely use them here. We're going to try to open that chest up with a bent knee, hips tucked under. We're going to raise those hands up toward the ceiling. Nice neutral head here. Be looking straight ahead. If you would like, you can hinge from the hips and allow those arms to come up over. just to the edge of a nice stretch there, soft knees. Good. Inhale and bring it back up. Good. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Then I'm going to support my one arm on my hip. And I'm going to reach up. And I'm going to relax that neck area. I reach up toward the ceiling. And as I exhale, sink over just a little bit more. Getting a really nice long stretch down that whole long side of my body. My left side, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to do both. Like a little balance challenge, you can look up at that hand. Good, come back up. And then we're going to switch sides. Up, relax that neck area. Inhale. Bring it over. Making sure that whatever your down shoulder is, that it's relaxed and that we don't have it scrunched up into our ear. Remember, you can look up at that hand if you would like. One more breath. Good. Bring that back up to our mouth. Now I'm going to step up to the front of my mat and we're going to go ahead into a very brief warrior series. We're going to step one foot back. Knee is over our ankle. Now hands could be out to the side. You can have them up, heart center, or supported, whichever you would prefer tonight. I think I'm going to do hands out to the side. Really feel that stretch down the back of that back leg, through the calf. Making sure those hips are facing forward. And if you are able to, when you exhale, you can go a little deeper into it. I'm feeling a very deep stretch right here, so I'm not going to push it and go any further. You could definitely inhale into that. Exhale and go a little deeper. One more breath. Good. And let's turn that back foot for the long end of the mat. Knee is over the ankle. Now we need to take this back foot forward or back where it feels comfortable for you. Maybe different for everybody. Ideally, we'd like to have our ankles, our heels lined up, but that might not be possible or comfortable. Reaching for the opposite walls. Really get that stretch going. Fingertip to fingertip. And then when you're ready, we'll gaze out over those front fingers. Relaxing those shoulders. Reaching those feet apart, making sure the sole of that back foot is down on the mat. Good. Let's straighten that front knee and bend. Straighten and bend. See if you can go a little further. Taking your time. One more. Good. Well, it's bent. Let's go ahead and go into our side angle. Now here we have our front of our body open toward the wall. So we're not facing the floor. We're not facing the ceiling. Check in with that back foot, making sure it's all on the mat. And our knee is over our ankle on the front. Take a little peek down very slowly and then bring your hip back. Now if you would like, you can extend this line, relaxing the shoulder. Make sure that shoulder is away from that ear. Your other option is to take the balance move and to look up, get a little balance action in there. Those are options. Good. And I'm going to carefully bring my arm around the back. Hold this for 2 breaths. Good. And now gently bringing ourselves back up. Warrior 2, but with our front legs straight, just nice and relaxed. Good. And we're going to step or walk, however you need to get yourself up to the front of the mat. Taking small moves or one big move if you're comfortable with that. And now checking with your body. I feel a little lopsided. Good. We're going to step that opposite foot back. Hips facing forward. Knee over that ankle. I'm going to support here. You can have your hands up, out to the side, heart center, whatever you prefer. Tiny little bend in that back knee as well as the front one, obviously. And again, if you can exhale and get a little more stretch in, that's great. One more breath. Good. I'm going to turn that back foot toward the long end of the mat. Hips are level, knees over your ankle. And again, you may have to adjust that back foot out or forward or back where you can get into a good position. Reach those hands. Now, do palms up for just a moment. Feel how your shoulders feel. Now, my hips are still tucked under. I am not arching my lower back. I'm in a neutral spine here. And now, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, turn your hands back, palms down. And then we'll gaze out over the front fingers. If you're able to, on the exhalation, take it down a little more. Anytime it becomes uncomfortable, just go back up a couple inches. Or even straighten that front leg. If you get any cramping. One more. Good. Let's straighten the front knee and bend the front knee. Straighten and bend, reaching those hands apart. One more after this, and we'll hold it down. Taking your time. There we go. Knee bend, and let's rotate over to the side. Opening that chest to the wall. Knee over that ankle. Taking a quick peek down. Making sure to keep that shoulder away from my ear. Balance challenge, look up with that hand. If you'd like to extend that arm up for a longer line, you can. Again, keeping the shoulder down and away from that ear. One more breath. Good. Bringing the hand to the back of the hip, the top of your hand to the back. One more breath. Good. And then gently bend, straighten, and then bring yourself back up. And then up to our mountains. Now, hopefully we feel even. All right, I'm going to step back and bring ourselves to You can get it wherever's comfortable to you on the mat. I'm just starting so you can see. And we're going to work on our twisting chair. We've done this a few times, and it's really important to just go as far as you can. You have to have a kind of strong chair to get down all the way into the twisting position. So remember, I'll show you. Here's the modification. Now you can bring your feet in too if you would like a little extra support. Here's the modification. Where you're going to be if you don't have the flexibility to get all the way down, okay? So let's start with our feet. But put your feet wherever's comfortable for you. I find there's a little extra support of the leg against the leg is a little reassuring on this one. But it is a little harder balance-wise to get it going. So you have to make that executive decision. All right, inhale up. Hands to heart center. Inhale up. Bring it down into chair. Hold it for a second. Inhale up. Hands through heart center. Now here's the modified movement here. Do this one more time. Center. Inhale up. Hands to heart center. We're just gonna go through it with center and then back up. So we're gonna take it at our own pace here. Anytime you need to come out or go a little quicker, feel free. All right, bring those hands up and get down into that chair. Remember, you can do that modification. And we're gonna hold it here. Breathing. One more. Okay, center, and then bring it up. Hands to heart center. We're gonna do a chair in the middle. So inhale. Down, hands wherever you like for this chair part. Inhale up. Here we go to the other side. So remember, sitting tall, reaching that head away from those hips. Getting into the modified or the chair. Breathing, opening up that side of the body towards the side of the room. Relaxing those shoulders. One more breath. Good. Center. And bring it up. And back down. Nice. Let's bring our hands down and roll our shoulders. What we're going to do is standing back bend practice. So our knees are soft. We're going to bring our knuckles around to the tops of our hips. And you're just pulling your elbows back as you open your chest. Maybe looking at the ceiling, but not right over your head. Just in a comfortable position, whatever works for you. And then gently just allow your hips to come forward with a gentle pressure on your lower back. Just open it up. Breathing, filling those lungs. One of the best things about yoga is that everybody can work at their own pace. And bring it back up to neutral, mountain pose. And we are going to forward fold and work our way down to the floor. So inhale, hands to the side. Exhale, let's go forward fold. Now we're going to come up halfway. So inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Letting your head fall. Inhale, halfway. Flat back. Exhale down. Letting your head relax. Inhale up. I'm going to see if I can straighten my knees just a little bit this time. and allowing my head to relax. You can grab around the backs of your legs if you're able to or want to for a nice stretch here. Good. Place one hand on the floor and the other hand on the floor. And stepping it back into tabletop. And let's go down into a child's pose. Good, let's walk our hands over to one side. Feeling that stretch down the side of your body. And walking our hands over to the other side. And back to the center. Good, let's bring it up. And let's head on over to our backs. We're going to do a couple bridges. So carefully bringing yourself down. Bring your heels pretty close to your hips. You want, when you're up in the bridge, you want a 90-degree angle at your ankles. So let's inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale. And lower. Taking your time, nice and slow. Relax your shoulders, walk your fingertips away from your hips. All right. Inhale, lift. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, hold it up. Inhale. And exhale, bring it down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. We're going to hold it one extra breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time we're going to roll it down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Gently allowing those vertebrae touch the mat all the way down through your lower back. Taking your time. And when you feel your hips hit the floor, relax your shoulders. Keep your back pressed in, release your glutes, and then allow your hips to come back into neutral spine. All right, we're going to do that one more time without the hold at the top. Inhale, lift. Up into our bridge. Exhale. Inhale. And then gently rolling that spine, allowing every single piece to touch that mat on the way down. Just breathe neutrally, naturally here. Just now get that lower back in as far as you're able to. Relax your glutes. And then allow your hips to come back to neutral. So now you get that little space in the bottom of your back. Good. All right, we're going to inhale and we're going to lift our hands like a snowman, snow angel up over our heads. And taking your time, going as slow as you need to. Don't add any additional arch in your back though. Bring those hands back down. Good. We're going to take one ankle and put it above the knee of your other leg. And bring that other knee towards your chest. And if you want, you can thread your arms through. Allow allowing those muscles in your hips to just relax. And on the exhalation, see if you can pull the knee a little further towards your chest, keeping your hips on the ground. Relax your shoulders. Good. Allow that foot to gently touch the floor. Put your other foot on the floor, making sure it's in alignment with your hip. And then let's switch legs. Pull it in a little more if you're able to. Good, and relax. Now let's let our knees come in towards our chest. Shoulders down and relax. Maybe a few ankle circles. And reverse. Good, and now release your legs. Let's put one heel up toward the ceiling. And then the other heel. And if you need to, you can do a little support, a little knee bend. If you have a wall at home that you can sit against the wall with your feet up like this, it's a great, great drainage position. And let's bring one leg down and the other leg down, and one foot to the mat and the other foot to the mat. And you can stay here, or you can reach your heels towards the corners of your mat and relax those shoulder blades down, palms up, out to your sides. And let's go back to focusing on our breath as we melt into the floor. Slowing down your breath as much as you're able to comfortably.